What's going on, people? This is your boy Say One History on the Awaken Show. And just when you think NASA doesn't have anything exciting to report, they come out with this. Now, it says Indian satellite destruction creates 400 pieces of debris endangering the ISS. Now, I'm going to read this article for you guys and you just tell me what you think. But before I jump into it, I find it very interesting that NASA is blaming India for anything that has to do with debris because they're the direct cause of countless numbers of debris that's in space right now. But I digress. Anyway, the article reads, the head of NASA on Monday branded India's destruction of one of its satellites as a terrible thing that created 400 pieces of orbitable debris, and led to new dangers for astronauts aboard the International Space Station. Jim Bridenstine was addressing employees of the National Aeronautics and Space Administration 5 days after India shot down a low-orbiting satellite in a missile test to prove it was among the world's advanced space powers. Come on, that seems a little much. It sounds like India is actually overcompensating for something. Anyway, with that being said, not all pieces were big enough to track. Bridenstine explained, what we are tracking right now, objects big enough to track. We're talking about 10 centimeters or bigger. About 60 pieces have been tracked so far. The Indian satellite was destroyed at a relatively low altitude of 180 miles, well below the ISS and most satellites in orbit. But 24 of the pieces are going above the apogee of the International Space Station, said Bridenstine. That is a terrible, terrible thing to create an event that sends debris at an apogee that goes above the International Space Station. He continued adding, the kind of activity is not compatible with the future of human space flight. It is unacceptable, and NASA needs to be very clear about what its impact to us is. Now it goes on to say the U.S. military tracks objects in space to predict the collision of ISS and 4 satellites. They are currently tracking 23,000 objects larger than 10 centimeters. That includes about 10,000 pieces of space debris, of which nearly 3,000 were created by a single event, a Chinese anti-satellite test in 2007 at 530 miles from the surface. As a result of the Indian test, the risk of collision with the ISS has increased by 44% over 10 days, Bridenstine said. But the risk will dissipate over time as much of the debris will burn up as it enters the Earth's atmosphere. Now, with that being said, and we got this article out the way, I'm going to give you my opinion on this. To me, and this is just my opinion, it sounds like these are secret wars that are going on right now that we're not supposed to know about. And the only reason we're hearing about it because these secret wars are technically just accidents here. And if you could see me, you would see me throwing up my quotation fingers. Now, when I say these are secret wars, I mean just that. No one wants to come out and have a full-out war here with another country, especially with the United States. I mean, the army is just way too big. So you have these secret wars here where you take out a satellite here, you do a secret PSYOP mission here, you actually go ahead, you kill off somebody or an indignant here that's actually in your country over here, and all is well. And I believe that's what's happening right now. And believe it or not, there is more war actually going on in space than on land here, at least the really big wars, because the fight is really in space. I don't want to really give Donald Trump any credit because it sounds funny when you talk about the Space Force. But truly, I think that is something that we actually do need, because if one, two, or any of our satellites were actually taken out of orbit here or shot down, it would literally just bring us into the Stone Age here. And that's what a lot of Americans are worried about right now, at least in the Pentagon and in the White House here. So hopefully we have some kind of countermeasures there, because this war for space is actually going on here. Now, with that being said, that is one piece of the puzzle when we're actually preparing for this defense in space. There's a whole nother section going on over on the left-hand side, and it has to do with the moon, and it has to do with extraterrestrials, and that is just deep, dark budget, under the radar type stuff that I doubt even the president knows about here. So, we'll wait for more information to come out with that here. I believe there was a hacker that actually got into the Pentagon database and actually started, or was able to actually find information in regards to, for better lack of words, a Starfleet that the U.S. was able to create with these lost funds of about, I want to say, $10 trillion here. But with that being said, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think on everything that we discussed today about India and these 400 pieces of debris. Do you think there's really a space war going on right now here, secretively? And, just leave a comment here so we can actually go ahead and debate this. But with that being said, make sure that you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be updated for all new content. If you guys keep liking and subscribing, that'll actually give me more time, the funds, so I can actually go ahead and post a lot of this stuff coming from like the Disclosure Project, and I'll able to actually post like full videos up. So make sure that you guys go on Facebook and join the UFOs Are Us Facebook page, so you can actually watch all this new content here, because I plan on dumping just a lot of that stuff about psychedelics and interdimensional beings and the Disclosure Project with Dr. Greer. So just make sure that you guys are logged into that. Keep subscribing, keep supporting your boy. I really do appreciate it. This is your host with the most, Say One History on the Awaken Show, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you again, and I will holler at you later. Peace.